Hello everyone and welcome to a very special Valentine's Day Hot Zone Report. We are right here at Ramey Restaurant in New York City. And fellas, if you haven't made your dinner reservations, your Valentine's Day dinner reservations that is, you might want to check out Ramey. They've got great food. It's beautiful inside, so that's my tip for you. I'm your host, Jason Robinson, and I am sitting alongside a very special Valentine's Day guest. She is the vice president of a matchmaking firm called Selective Search, Miss Claire Wexler. How you doing, Claire?
I'm great. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being here. You know, it's a very special time of the year, so you're going to give us some tips, some do's and some don'ts, and some advice for those Valentine's Day lovers out there.
Absolutely.
So it should be fun. But first, let's start by tell us a little bit about Selective Search and what exactly do they do?
Sure. We are a high-end boutique matchmaking firm. We are nationwide, and we have the highest success rate in the industry at 87%.
Wow.
1 in 3 of our clients finds love on the first date, and everything we do is completely custom tailored to each individual client based on what they're looking for in their ideal partner.
Wow, that's interesting. And were you telling me earlier that mostly men sign up for Selective Search?
Yeah, most of our clients, about 90% of our clients for whom we're searching proactively are men.
Okay.
But we do work for women as well.
Okay.
And women can also sign up on our website for free.
Do you guys at Selective Search find there might be a boost in business along holidays like Valentine's Day?
Sure. Well, while the rest of the world only celebrates Valentine's Day once a year, when you're a matchmaker, every day is Valentine's Day,
Right.
Since your life's about love. But I will say that most people make it their New Year's resolution to fall in love. So we definitely see a little bit of an uptick in business after the holidays, all the way through Valentine's Day. But pretty much we're busy the whole year round.
Okay, well that's good for you.
It is good. It
That's
is good.
for
We
you.
like that.
So now let's get to these gift ideas. I have my girlfriend and I'm thinking about different gift ideas that I'm, pondering through my mind of what I should get. And most guys, they think of, a dozen stem long red roses, box chocolates, things like that. But what ideas and tips would you suggest to the people out there, the men looking for their gifts for their Valentine's lovers, something that might be unique, different, and maybe cost-effective at the same time?
Well, I do think flowers are always appreciated and a beautiful gift,
Okay.
but I don't think you have to do the tried and true red roses. Why don't you find out what your lady's favorite flower is or do some kind of mixed bouquet? That's much more thoughtful and much more personal. How about a spa day? How about a massage?
That's good.
How about even a couples massage? And you get some pleasure too, or how about even an at-home couples massage, even better?
Now, what about date night? We're also thinking about, we got to get the gifts, but we also want to entertain our women, take them out a night in the town. And most men think of going to this exclusive, fancy, schmancy, restaurant that can cost hundreds of dollars.
And it's hard to get a reservation for.
And it's on a Saturday this
Absolutely.
time coming up. So it's very hard and it's very, it's very costly. So what ideas would you give on the explosive and magical date night for Valentine's Day?
Well, I actually think a wonderful idea is to have dinner at home. If you don't like to cook, there are lots of these services like Blue Plate and Plated where they'll actually send you the whole recipe and all the ingredients you need, and you just have to follow the steps. Kind of romantic. Or if you really are scared of the kitchen, hire a personal chef to come in and cook you dinner. What could be more romantic than dinner at home with some champagne?
Yeah, nothing can. Nothing can. What can women do for their men to show their Valentine that they love them?
You know what? It's for couples. It's to celebrate love. So I don't like the fact that it's all about the women. You guys
Okay.
need to get a little spoiled
Yes,
too.
we do.
So I think we
Thank you,
women
Claire.
need to make a little bit of an effort. Buy a thoughtful gift. Maybe give you a nice massage. Maybe
Right.
a coupon book for, special favors.
You get special. Well, yeah, that's a
But
great
I think
idea.
all of those things are nice. I think it should be for a couple to celebrate their love and do something special and unique to them and their relationship.
Right. Oh, well, there you go. That's a beautiful thing. What's the one bit of advice that you would give to make that couple experience the best Valentine's Day that they possibly can?
I think you should think about what makes you unique as a couple, and maybe what everyone has a special story of how they met or how they fell in love or what's special to them. So maybe go to your special place, or maybe incorporate something that's just individual to you guys that no one else would know about.
Okay.
Maybe it's a catchphrase, maybe it's a line that you guys say to one another, maybe it's just a special place, I would just try to incorporate that to make it as personalized and as special as you possibly can, and maybe to also remind you too of why you fell in love, why you're together.
Listen, couples, they're together for quite a long time, some couples, and you get that spark that kind of fizzles out during a relationship over the years through so many different causes. But what advice would you give to bring the heat and the fire and the flame back not only into your love life, but into the bedroom as well? What advice would you give?
Yeah, I think that very often when we're with someone for a while, we start to take them for granted, and we don't really pay attention to them anymore. So I think good ways of keeping that spark alive in and out of the bedroom are to make sure your partner knows they're appreciated and loved, whether that's sending a sexy little note or a text during the day, thinking of you or what you're wearing or not wearing.
Okay. Maybe go see the 50 Shades of Grey movie coming out
that
this
could
week,
be
maybe.
a good appetizer.
Okay.
But I also think it's just, giving your partner physical affection and physical touch throughout the, when you see them and when you're together. But I definitely think, keeping things a little bit spicy and keeping your partner guessing.
Nice.
Don't get stuck in a routine.
Now, everyone thinks that Valentine's Day is for couples, which it is, obviously. But we can't forget about the single people out there, Claire. There's so many
Absolutely.
single people out there that around this time, around the holidays, Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day, obviously, they feel the blues a little bit because they don't have a special person in their life. So what advice would you give to the single people out there to keep them hoping and keep the hope alive that they might be able to find that special one? Or if not, just being happy with themselves and loving themselves and being happy with being single.
You're absolutely right. First of all, the most important thing is to remain positive. Remember that Valentine's Day is just one day out of the year. Just because you don't have a special person this Valentine's Day doesn't mean you might not find someone later in the year or by next Valentine's Day. Also, you need to, as a single person, remember what makes you happy and keep doing the things that you enjoy. Don't wait for a special person to come along to take that trip or go to that place or go on a vacation. Go ahead and do those things that make you happy. And Valentine's Day is about love. It doesn't necessarily have to be about romantic love. It could be about love with your friends, love with your family. Spend it with somebody you love who makes you happy. And don't set unrealistic expectations for yourself that, if you don't get flowers that you're a loser. No.
Right.
There's lots of people getting flowers who might not be so happy.
Absolutely.
So hold out for the right person and have faith that that person is coming. And in the meantime, live the best life you can and try to make yourself happy and maybe do something nice for yourself that day if you know you're going to be sad.
Yeah, and it's funny you bring it up too because there's so many people in relationships because they want to tell their friends and their family, oh, I'm in a relationship, so I'm happy. But it's not necessarily true. We wish it would be true, but it's not always that way.
Absolutely. Much better to be holding out and waiting for the person who really is right for you than just being with Mr. or Ms. right now.
Exactly. Absolutely. What is the one best advice that you would give to lovers out there and couples to make sure that their relationship is Valentine's Day every day during the year and not just on February 14th?
The best advice I could give is to somehow every day let your partner know how much you appreciate them. We all have different ways that we like love to be expressed to us. For some of us, it's getting a gift. For some people, it's physical affection. For other people, it's words. It's telling someone. Figure out what your partner needs and what makes them happy, and then you do those things. And I guarantee that if you tell your partner, too, what you need, that they're going to want to make you happy. So I think it's all about good communication.
Yes. Keyword.
Right? Good communication.
Yeah. Absolutely. Communication is the key. That is so important.
It's really true.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today
in
the Hot Zone. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. We've got Claire Wexler. She is the Vice President of the Selective Search. Thank you so much, and hopefully a good luck to Selective Search around the holidays and, of course, all year round.
Thank you very much.
I'm Jason Robinson reporting for the Hot Zone Report, and make sure you guys have a beautiful Valentine's Day weekend, and make sure to check out stories like this and more at thehotzoneusa.com. Until next time, take care, guys. See ya.